Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Maverick P here. So it's been a while since I've done a video, and I think today I'm going to do a quick little one on the value of being a fool, and why you should strive to be a fool in something new. So many people, I know tons of people that have been doing the same thing since high school, maybe even before that. They've been obsessed with mastering a certain craft, and that's very valuable, for multiple reasons. Practice, if you're practicing basketball and you're striving to be an NBA player, you need to be obsessed with basketball, and you need to be practicing that regularly. But at a certain point, you stretch that as far as it can go. And so think about a basketball player that's in that, eventually they retire, and I mean, shit, if you're a basketball player, you're retiring in like your early 30s, maybe late 30s. And that's still, that's still like in the first half of your life. And so they've been mastering basketball all this time, and now basketball, but they've stretched it out. Now it's time for them to try something new. And and a lot of people kind of struggle with that. They struggle with letting go of what they master. Say you've been a fireman for 20 years, or you've been working in finance for 20. And you've been doing all these things for for a period of time, and you've mastered it. I mean, that's great, and that's incredible because you have this craft that you can build from. But, people lose that flexibility when they get too concrete in one area. And so, a valuable habit to start developing early on is to keep trying new things and to, not be afraid of being a fool. So if you can't dance, and like you're in your 20s, 30s, or 40s, be a fool. Join a dance club. Look stupid, and it's gonna suck for that first initial period. But as you practice, as you engage with it, eventually you'll be a good dancer. And and that's pretty much the same with anything. If you've never written before and you suck at writing, start writing. If you suck at math, join a math class. Don't be afraid of being. Let's go back to our jobs. Say you've been an accountant for 10 years, and you've mastered it, but you find yourself miserable because you're doing the same thing over and over again, and you're not finding any meaning into it, or something like that. And you're afraid to quit that job because that job is your security. At a certain point you have to wonder and and possibly heavily contemplate this idea of quitting that job and trying something new, that you might find a little bit more satisfying or intrinsically motivating or intrinsically satisfying. Maybe maybe you're just not cut, and maybe you just don't like that industry. And it's all about collecting skills over a lifetime and combining them into a solid collective diverse being. And so you always want to be practicing new things and trying new things out. And don't be afraid to be a fool. And always always have an open mind that there's just because you suck at something doesn't mean you can't be better. It's more you suck at it now and you will be better at it. That's kind of the right mindset to kind of have whenever you're engaging with something new that's a little bit difficult. Yeah, and so that's pretty much all I kind of want to talk about today. The last video I did was about being a trickster and kind of I'm kind of circling around this idea of being a fool, being a trickster, because it's really the foundation of that evolution. you know, that transcendence of your being, of being something better than who you already are. You know, you have to go through these periods of struggling to really come out elevated. And yeah, so that's what these videos are kind of aiming for, you know, in some manner. But yeah, so we'll see. You know, my plan is to try to make a video every week. You know, I always say that. You know, and so we'll see what happens. But excellent. All right, see you guys.